Hello, hello. How's everybody doing out there? Peasant Chat, that's right, Peasant Chat. We are talking to poor people today. You know what's crazy? When you haven't talked all day and then you talk for the first time. It's like, it hits me. I'm like, how's my voice going to sound? And I'm actually amazed sometimes, 90% of the time, that it actually sounds decent. There are many days where I go on without saying a goddamn word except, for the dog to go outside and stuff. Okay. On this episode, we're going to talk about what the Supreme Court did that is going to help out, let's just say, government work the way it was supposed to work. The Chevron deference was something that was being used by agencies to interpret laws and make up the rules as they went along, or the current administration that was in power at the time can then chirp at, let's say, the ATF, EPA, dancing, being all on the record.
Any artists out there want to be an artist?
And what they did was they skirted the Congress approval of certain laws by using the Chevron deference to their advantage. We'll talk about a Spike Cohen post on X that pretty much explains it to the dum-dums, what this means for the future of the ATF and the EPA, specifically to what I give a fuck about. And then we'll talk a little bit of shit about the Fairmont update and the 2013 Mustang, got some headers on it. And my God, the chef's kiss. It's so nice to be able to see progress on Donnie, even in the heat. It's a good time. Let's talk about all that, but not before Mr. Bill O'Reilly says hi to the people here.
Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
You know, Bill O'Reilly, it really does suck. D&A-Performance.com, that's right. The online parts house for Talking Shit, Peasant Chat, and YDBT Daily. Check them out if you want to buy parts, you want to buy injectors, wheels, tires, Amory cups, shirts, hats, anal sex, whatever the hell, fleshlights, whatever. I'm sure he can get them at a discount. Caliber Transmission, CaliberTransmission.com. Caliber Transmission on Instagram. Did a great job on the Corvette. Everyone else is saying, oh, these guys are talking shit about Caliber. No, that shit was like that already. It was eggered up. Caliber Transmission. Epic! LMP of MD released a video of the Corvette making 750 rear-wheel horsepower on E55. Time to get my lab coat out. PMAS! Nick James and PMAS did a giveaway on Tuesday. We'll try to do another giveaway. Thursday. We'll try to do another giveaway. Try to keep it consistent because they're down for the cause. Parts.com. They got S197, S50 parts. You got a Canker pallet, Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, automatic, manual, GT500, complete, pull-out. I don't. Parts.com. MFP of Australia, 2 Auto Solutions. Rami, thank you so much for paying your bill. I appreciate you. You're insanely consistent. Thank you. And Bella Industries, the best drug dealers for those guys that cut cocaine with baby powder and gasoline. Congratulations. One day someone's gonna not be happy about that. They'll knock on my door. But I got Mr. Beretta waiting for them. Clean 93 GT, Coyote Fury, D-Rock Fox, Liam Phelps, Clean 93 GT, Amok Solo, Monty 540, G.S. Gorky, Joe Jackson, Craig Walls. Dixon, Craig Walls, I got your message about you saying that it's better to do a single because it fits more classes. I agree with you very much. 5150, Capri, Clint Jones, Clint Stroke, Rizzy, 101 RTR, Troger, Coyote Kelly, P. Henderson, Valley 10 Speed says good morning. Ski Mask Man, Robo Style, Douche Did It, CJ M, Douche Did It, Mike S, Crody Trainer, South Detroit Entertainment, The Wolf, Chuck Winsky, Beza, Tizzy, JD Swag, Kim Phillips a couple of times, Mark Christensen, Boxy Luxury, Gabe, Misfire, Joe G, Hater Power, Justin Michaels, Justin Wallace, Hater Powered, Phil Fez, Misfire, Brandon Horton, Murad Karatepe, Boxy Luxury, Evel Galaga, 101 RTR, Ninja Man, Nat Jew, Misfire, Be Gone, Zay Snipes, Whipple, Big L, Nick Nair, La Pulga, Wraith, 6668, Agent Orange, Tony Dominguez, Duro Viate, Rancine, 10 Seconds, 06, RPG, Coca-Cola, Renee, Twitch, FPV, Native Shift, Willie, Renee, Timmy T, let's get to the bottom, Nate, Here to Find Out, 10 Seconds, 06, Jay Bush, SCT50, Jeremy, Slow 99, and Madison. Let's get to Spike Cohen. And he will probably, reading this article or reading this post on X, is probably going to make the biggest sense for you guys about the Chevron deference. Let's read, because I can read decent for a Puerto Rican. For those who don't understand what Chevron deference is, here and why SCOTUS ended it, here's the long and short of it. A family fishing company, Loper Bright Enterprises, was being driven out of business because they couldn't afford the $700 per day they were being charged by the National Marine Fisheries Services to monitor their company. So, the National Marine Fisheries Services made the Loper Bright Enterprises have a person on board every single time they went out to go fishing. And they're like, we can't afford this shit, bro. So they sued, and the lawyer took it up pro bono, meaning free. The thing is, the federal law doesn't allow the NMFS to charge businesses for this. They just decided to start doing it in 2013. Why did they think they could get away with just charging people without legal authorization? Because in 1984, in the Chevron decision, the Supreme Court decided that regulatory agencies were the experts in the field, and the courts should just defer to their interpretation of the law. So for 40 years, the federal agencies have been able to interpret laws meant to mean whatever they want, and the courts just had to go with it. It was called the Chevron deference, and it put bureaucrats in charge of the country. What does that mean? If a law is ambiguous, meaning not specific, they're open to interpretation, aka the Clean Air Act of 1968. It's how OSHA was able to decide that everyone who worked for a large company had to get the jab or be fired. No law gave them the authority. They just made it up. It's how the ATF was able to decide that a piece of plastic was a machine gun. It's how the NCRS was able to decide that a small puddle was a protected wetland. It's how out-of-control agencies have been able to create rules out of thin air and force you to comply. And the courts had to simply defer to them because they were the experts. Imagine if your local police could just arrest you for any reason and no judge or jury was allowed to determine if you'd actually committed a crime or not. Just off to jail you go. That's what the Chevron deference was. It was not only blatantly unconstitutional, it caused immeasurable harm to everyone. Thankfully, now it's gone. We haven't even been able to begun to feel the difference of this decision in the courts. It'll be used for years to come to roll back federal agencies, and we are all better for it. And that's why politicians and corporate media are freaking out about it. Let's say you wanted everyone to get the jab forcefully. You tell OSHA, use the Chevron deference doctrine, basically interpretation of the law for workplace safety. Think about that. Let's say they were to say, why is that off? I wonder why is that off? I was looking at the John Deere sign and it's off, and I'm like, boy, why is that off? I don't know. So imagine if they were like, well, for workplace safety, because OSHA is in charge of workplace safety, they said everyone must get the jab if they want to keep their job at a corporation. I think it was 100 or more employees or something like that. So then people lost their jobs out of something that was not a law. They were using the Chevron deference. The EPA to this day uses the Chevron deference, meaning they make up whatever fucking law they want and then they enforce it because it's open to interpretation. So now what has to happen is Congress has to be ridiculously specific. And if there's any ambiguity, meaning any weirdness in the law that people are like, well, I don't know what this means, Congress has to hash it out. That's right. Y'all got to fucking work. You got to get there and make specific laws down to the letter so they can be followed to a T. Now, does this mean that the ATF and the EPA are going to roll back their laws retroactively? No. But what it does do is allow them to be sued for everything they have interpreted the law to be that is ambiguous, because now it is illegal to do so. So unless there's a specific statute in some kind of congressional paperwork that says, vehicles for, this year got to meet these emission standards for this, like specifics, then you can go back and sue them if you can prove an injury, meaning monetary loss. So I think this is great, but don't get your hopes up. This is a huge power grab back from them. Now the power is back in Congress and the legislative branch, and what the branches that grew out of control, the EPA, was literally finding people just cause. And people were so afraid of the EPA because they are an arm of the government, people just paid. So if you were sued, jailed, or done anything by the EPA, you can go back and say, y'all had no authority to do that because it is illegal based on this precedent if you were using the Chevron deference doctrine. The ATF stuff, same thing, but I'm not really honed in on that. But because these agencies are going to lose power, they're going to fight. They got money. They still got people in high positions in government that are going to say, fuck this. But what you can do is sue the shit out of them. Now, luckily, the lawyer for that fishing company didn't charge. But what he did was basically make a name for himself by basically taking away the whole Chevron deference doctrine. And I think it's a huge positive for anyone that's been affected by the ATF or the EPA based on a law that they interpreted. You can go back, sue them for it, and they can't do shit about it if they follow the law. Now, I think they're just going to do it regardless. Like, they're just going to say, we don't give a fuck what the Supreme Court decision made. We're still going to do it at a base level. The normies that don't understand their rights are going to go, shit, the EPA is here. Fuck, we got to comply. Shit, the ATF is here. We got to comply. If not, they'll kill my dog. So you got to understand, it's going to take a while to trickle down to the normies. If you're a news junkie like myself, you're going to pretty much come to the realization that this neutered every regulatory agency there ever was that was making shit up as they went along. No more is the EPA able to enforce anything new going forward without going to Congress first. No longer can the ATF make any new rulings on any fucking shit unless Congress approves it first. So that'll be an internal struggle for them, but it'll be great for us. So thank you for indulging me for a little bit talking about that, because that's huge. It is massive. Defeat devices. What? EPA. Hey, assholes. What's a defeat device? You now cannot interpret the law. Congress has to tell you what a defeat device is. And it has to go through many layers and many, let's just say, what do they call them? Commissions and committees to spit out language. And that's where lobbyists, special interests get in there and start saying, hey, don't worry about that shit. Take that out, take this out, take that out. So you can say, okay, this gives power to the lobbyists. But at the end of the day, I'd rather that than the EPA making rules as they go along. What's a defeat device? Whatever the fuck you want it to be. I argued so much that a defeat device can be something as simple as a O2 sensor, a carburetor, a small little pigtail that falsely gives an O2 signal. Anything. It's open to interpretation. Now that the Chevron doctrine is poof, gone, bitch ass motherfucker, you have to define what's a defeat device and why it's a defeat device. And you can't just say, well, you got to go to Congress, get congressional approval. And if you can't, vaya con Dios, vete pa'l carajo, get the fuck out of here, or I'm going to fuck you out right now, motherfucker.
Hey, get the fuck out of here, because I'm going to fuck you out right now, motherfucker.
So I think it'll be an interesting conversation, because a lot of people don't even understand what's happening because they don't have their ears to the street. They're not really up and up on what's going on. But this Chevron doctrine is massive. The Supreme Court shutting it down is a massive deal for ATF, IRS, EPA, wildlife, anything that regulates anything, anything, you name it. Okay, also, I released a video this morning of an update on the Fairmont. I've made a lot of progress. I'm not going to lie. When you look at it from where it was a week ago, the motor's in it and this and that, but I know there's just so much more to go. It's not even funny. Like, I know I got to mount the shifter. I got to put the converter in it. I got to run, cooler lines. I got to run cooling lines for the car. I mean, look, there's another $25,000 to $30,000 worth of work. You don't think so? Go ahead and build yourself a race car. Just because the motor's in it and the transmission is in it, don't mean a goddamn thing. I still got to get the management system, the fuel system, the carburetor, the hat, the turbo, the pipes, the wastegate, all the lines, all of the radiators, all of the fluid, all that shit. That's going to be easy. $30,000 more If you don't think so, I'll keep track of it, and it's going to be a good time. Okay, so we can talk about that. Also, Tyler hooked me up. Tyler Highstand, he works at Mercedes in Delray. Got the headers on the 13 GT, and we made gains, but I can't talk about it. I want y'all to see that on video, because I tested it today and it was 90 degrees, and it ran a personal best. Bro, it was super cool. The driver mod says, ordered the Ross blower for the 2024 Mustang. Gotten so much negative energy for it. Even Dustin Whipple chimed in. Number one, stick to boats. The driver mod, you can't just make comments here without some kind of backup. Please show me where this happened. You need to have proof. You need to have documentation. I'm not just going to pop off. Hola, just take it in. Have to watch the DVR tomorrow. So tired of getting taxed to death and to hit all these fees and charges. You'll own nothing and be happy. Ali Al Hosseini says, hey, look, Peasant Chat, drop a like. And 6R RCSB, by the way, your shit's on recall, so you might want to go take it in. Says, get the likes of Peasants. Glassfood Coyote says, hello. Dropping a like on vacation. I'll catch replay tonight. And good work. Deal, thank you so much. It's a lot of work. I'm really tired. And I've noticed that all I do on the weekend is work. And I'm so freaking tired by Sunday that I go, fuck, now I got to work again. Like, I literally need a vacation, but the problem is if I take time off, I'll be working on the cars. So someone has to force me to go off the res to not work on cars, to actually relax. SK Productions, I agree with full exhaust on the Fairmont versus the hood, fender, bumper exit. Me too, but we'll see what kind of space we have, and then back pressure, blah, blah, blah. LRX safe long time. Gabe asking the real questions. Driver Moss says, so I can keep my Flex 2 now. Don't know what you're talking about. Save the flathead. Does this mean you can turn off my check engine light now? That is interesting. So let's talk about Wonder Ray says, I agree. Congress would have to approve it first. Hey, can you change your name? Because that dumb motherfucker's out to telling that my valve lashes was the issue with my motor. Never mind the heated up bearings, the jacked up pistons, the jacked up crank, the jacked up keyways, the jacked up cams, the jacked up valve springs, the jacked up everything. This motherfucker's out to telling people it was the valve lashes. What the fuck are you talking about? And let's play devil's advocate. If it was, you had it last. The car had a valve train issue. You had it last. Retard. Talking out your dumb fucking red cocksucker. Shut the fuck up. The 01 home yet? Come on. Really, though? Really? You really think I'm going to... Guys, I have spent $5,000 or $6,000 a month in the last 5 months. A month. Guys, I need to relax. I got to recoup some of this money. Speaking of the Fairmont, when is your AED blow-through carb coming in? Never. You AED, oh my Lord. The Zoomers and people who don't care about government regulations, this is a big win for aftermarket auto parts and the performance world. No, it's not. Not yet. They have to sue. They have to prove an injury. And then they have to be able to get it through Congress backwards and allow specific language on the books to let them build an off-road exhaust like that. Let's talk about that. So what is a defeat device? In my opinion, a defeat device is not to let the car run when emissions are removed. It's to pass an emissions test when no emissions equipment is on the car. That is defeat. Because an 85 fucking Mustang has a big, massive catalytic converter on it. If you, number one, bitch, that shit won't pass emissions testing today. It won't pass emissions testing today. So if I remove the catalytic converter that's probably falling apart, and I install a off-road H-pipe, and then I say, I'm just going to race this car. This is going to be a race car. Then Congress should say, well, what is the impact of 85 Mustangs without catalytic converters? Which, by the way, if they had catalytic converters, they're junk by now. It's a fucking 30-plus-year-old car. It's a 40-plus-year-old car. What? Oh, 39. Why would we try to uphold the standards on a car that was built in 1985 and tell them, that bitch got to have a cat? Why? It's probably full of asbestos, the old cat. So to take it off, put an off-road H-pipe on it and say, hey, I'm just going to race this car. I'm going to register it, drive it to car shows in a limited fashion, and I'll pay a limited fee to have limited miles per year. There is something to be said about that. Now, the problem with that is diesel guys are fucked. And this is why. Your truck won't run with the emission stuff removed. The DPF is removed. We all understand that the DPF is actually a negative, a net negative. It chokes the truck. It makes it drive worse. It makes it suck in its own exhaust. It is stupid. Not just the DPF, but the EGR, all that stuff. We get it. Us gearheads understand that that stuff is not a good thing for the motor, and it actually lessens the lifespan of the vehicle. The problem is this. The manufacturers have made it that your truck should not be even running, and it'll be in limp mode if any of the DPF systems are removed. So you are, in effect, defeating emissions if you tune it to ignore all that. Now, if Mustangs run fine with the factory tune and you delete the emissions, you are not defeating emissions. If anything, you are enabling defeat for your emissions because it will not pass. It'll throw a P0420, P0430 code. It'll throw O2 sensor codes if you don't install the rear O2s. It will not pass. So please take away the defeat device. An H-pipe is not a defeat device. Now, if with an off-road exhaust, all this shit, you can install something that makes it pass an emissions test and a visual, sure, you call that a defeat device. But until then, you're actually enabling defeat. The vet looked a bit smoky on that dyno vid. How much time? Oh, here we go with these motherfuckers. I love people that love, well, how much does your ZR1 smoke on at the dyno? Let me ask you a great escape. How much does your ZR1 smoke? Have you seen these fucking ZR1s on the street when they go watt with like a meth kit? It leaves a fucking plume. Even Alec Bledsoe was like, this thing ain't gonna make no power. And then when he made a watt, he goes, maybe it's sealed up. And then they asked him, how much smoke is back there? The guy's like, not that much. And then, but Great Escape, it was like, what, a little smoky? Well, let me ask you, Great Escape, go outside, turn on your ZR1, put it on a dyno, and show me how much smokes it makes. Oh, you don't got one? Hater Power, it says air conditioning fund. Theo, exactly. What color is your ZR1? Motherfuckers coming in here. I don't know, it's a little smoky. Based on my vast experience of ZR1s, yours is a lot smokier than others I've seen. Gotcha. Checking in late. LMP videos are great. Zoint cheese. Don't know what that means. I had a dual 3.5-inch exhaust from the turbos routed through the K-member and it stopped at the rear axle. It was super quiet. That's what I want. Tony, the truck guy, says cats, DPF, DOC, SCR, EGR, all garbage that cause prices of vehicles and repairs to go up while not saving the environment at all. All it does is give people an excuse to make shit. Again, this is why the Chevron doctrine is very important. Why does Ford make vehicles for the government, who should be the example for us to follow, that don't have any emissions on them? Oh, they're not on the road. Not on U.S. roads, but they sure as fuck are running kids over in fucking Yemen. Ba-dum, ba-dum. Oh, the F-250 with no particulate filter, no EGR bullshit, just straight pipe motherfucker with probably a special hot tune, going to Yemen, running kids over the shit without any concern. Last time I checked, Yemen was on planet Earth. Dickhead. So I would love to see a politician that knows shit and go, explain to me something, EPA. Why ain't y'all go get Ford for giving the government, Air Force, and all these other all these other sons of bitches deleted F2 and F350s? But Billy Bob can't take his welding rig and DPF the sucker to get better miles per gallon up to the oil side. Well, we don't. Well, they're exempt. Why the fuck are they exempt, asshole? Crazy stuff. Fairmont Fun, thank you so much. I believe I love money. Money is nice. Thank you, 1 of 1 RTR. You're right, Alex. Not a win yet. Got to fight them in court. Exactly. We got to fight them in court. This is just the beginning. Once you lose freedom, you almost never win it fully back. Every LS I've seen puffs a bit on the dyno. Great Escape says it's a little sus. I put an explanation on the Patreon for the ATF overreach. Where are you, you son of a bitch? No, you're not. Where are you? Chevron being overturned. I don't see a guy. I don't see you unless it's like in a sub deal. Nope. And nope. I don't see you there. I don't see you there. X on Devil Dog. Nope. Not on the Chevron being overturned chat where it should be. God damn it. Does anybody ask Avid? Who cares? Look, this is what you guys got to understand. There's an SCT device. There's an RTD device. There's an LRX, and now other shit is coming out. Who's tuning it? Imagine there are multiple plates, right? This plate has filet mignon, and then the other plate doesn't look that good, but it has a badass filet mignon. I'm sorry. This plate has filet mignon, a Wagyu steak, a tomahawk, badass steak, right? The plate it's on, it's normal. Nice plate. Then there's a really shiny fucking gorgeous plate with like gold flake around it and all this stuff. But there's a big fat turd on it. That's your tune. The steak on a regular plate or a big fat turd on a gorgeous plate. You tell me what you want to fucking eat out of. Funny, my Harley doesn't have cats or EGR. LO, absolutely correct. My dad's 85 in ACGT, never passed emissions when the cars were only 5-6 years old. Always had passed off 20 to the guy. This is true. ZR1s tend to be mosquito killers occasionally, still fast as fuck. His vape clogged his eyeballs. Zoinked and cheese were phrases they used on the ZR1 video. Maybe it must be a Maryland thing. Did they say OAN? OAN? Your ZR1 made good power on the dyno. Yeah, it made 750 on E50. That's on par with what they should make. Justin Michael says, wait, so DPF was the EPA mandated or something passed by Congress? That's a great question. I think emissions laws are not written into law by Congress. I think they set certain guidelines. And then I think it's up to the EPA. That's a great question, Justin Michael. I need to know who mandated DPFs? Who mandated DPF on diesel? That's a great question. Let's do it live. Beginning in January 2007, the Environmental Protection Agency put into place new emissions requirements for all diesel engines. These strict regulations greatly reduce diesel emissions. Bye-bye, EPA. Suck my fucking dick. You had no jurisdiction to do that. You did not have the power to do that. You did not have the right to do that. You have no power here. You have nothing here. Fight that shit. Show us how it actually helped. The EPA, using bullshit Chevron doctrines, made people have tighter emission standards because of religion. Religion. Please shut the fuck up. Fairmont Fun, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Running kids over in Yemen. I got a ZR1 TRB, literally. Oh, what's happening? Mine smoke from tires and dyno. I had it strapped enough on the tire. Hell, my Coyote has a little cloud of smoke. No, Alex, it's fucked up. How long do you think it's going to be before the titanium rods exit stage left? No worries, Alex. My C5 loves to smoke on diesel. Still pulling on FBO Mustangs while ruining their lungs though. Neither of my ZR1 smoke on the dyno, but I don't run math. I have a C4 ZR1. Alex, we are the same. Alex, was the LMP oil separator vented to atmosphere? It was hard to tell from the video. Dude, they have an oil separator? They put an oil separator in it? I don't know. I need to go look at the video because I don't know that they put an oil separator on it. I bet a clapped out Gen 1 has 60 to 7% leak down, not to mention you get like 2 to 3 miles per gallon during regen. Hush Money's looking good, by the way. Nice work. It's not looking good. Has anyone seen that TikTok of the trunk mounted turbos? Who cares? Peasant Chat during the show. Waiting for EP to join chat. We need to hear his thoughts. I'm sure he's not happy. Every Chevy I've seen, Cadillac or Camaro that always smokes out the bag. Elotes Fund. My God. This live is going to go fire in October and November. Garage Fanatic says, I just had another supplier tell me that they have a new tuning device that will put Lund out of business. Another one? Yet another one? Wow. You got to understand this. You could have the most prettiest fucking thing on the planet. If the tune fucking sucks, it don't matter. Michael Locke says, government runs SEAL training. I don't care. Too long. Who gives a fuck? We're talking car shit. It will be at least a decade before any changes will be noticed. I agree. You got 3 choices, all ribeyes, but one is cooked by Gordon Ramsay. Which one are you picking? SCT has become something nostalgic. I wonder why. Edgar's underrated. Don't judge a book by its cover. LMP's video was so funny. They're such a great group of guys. Guys, support them. They're great people. Send them Red Bulls. Send that kid blue Red Bulls nonstop so his kidneys get full of fucking rocks. He's young, so he'll learn that that Red Bull shit doesn't last long. EPA mandated without congressional review and approval, right? So emissions standards are made up out of thin air by some asshole that has no idea what the fuck he's doing. You ask an EPA, anyone from the EPA in, let's say, the executive side of things, like upper echelon guys, they don't know that it requires more electricity than you currently have to power a future all-electric vehicle world. And then they'll say, well, we need more electricity, so we're going to put more what? Solar panels? Solar panels, asshole? Really? Wind turbines? Wind turbines, asshole? It's nuclear. It's the only solution, asshole. Nuclear. There's a company that's making little tiny nuclear generators, let's just say, or little tiny nuclear devices. Again, every warship, every submarine is powered by a nuclear reactor, a small one, small enough to make steam, turn gearboxes, and these ships can just go on forever as long as you have the people fed and all the supplies. These things can be out on the water infinitely. The submarine, as long as it has enough supplies for the crew, can be under fucking water for fucking ever. So nuclear is the only way to go. But the EPA won't ever agree to that. No, we need to have all of Utah covered in solar panels. Boy, shut the fuck up. I mean, it's fusion. Some kind of reaction that then could be infinite. And this is why Elon Musk doesn't like the thought process of fusion. Because if you guys saw Fallout, it'll cause a war. It'll cause an insane war. If you're telling people, I have this invention here that just keeps shit going forever. Like, imagine in a theoretical world, you have the ability to carry something in your hand that has a very small nuclear reaction in it, and you can power 220 with it. Plug it right in, 220. Welding, house, a whole fucking house powered with a small nuclear reactor. And if you understand the science behind it, the safeties are so good, it's not really going to hurt nothing. The petroleum industry will be out of business. Natural gas will be out of business. Everything will be out of business. That's why people like Elon Musk don't like talking about that shit. Because he requires a charging station network to charge you. And then obviously the risks of having dirty bombs and stuff like that, obviously that can be a risk. But in a, let's say, utopian world where you don't have to worry about people doing dumb shit, nuclear power is the solution. But no, we got motherfuckers putting big, massive wind turbines, wasting fucking time, land, and bullshit when nuclear is the future. Late, but what's up, deal? What have I missed? Bought a part from AR this week. DNA didn't have. Their exact words were, Bama would be the way to go. Hung up the phone. American Racing or American Muscle? I don't understand. Might be another car because didn't see one on yours. Thank you for showing how financially responsible it is for poor people to build a fast drag car and just save more money. Look, the best thing that can happen with the Fairmont build is y'all need to realize how expensive it is. Again, guys, when I received the car, okay, let's say you buy a $1,500 Fairmont. Boop. I already had an 8.8 in it that is fully built. 33 spline axles, spool, welded. It had an anti-roll bar. It had a full UPR suspension front and back. So what's that going to cost you? Let's say you get a shell. Bam, $1,500. Built 8.8, $2,500. Complete UPR suspension, shocks, struts, the whole, I'm sorry, just shocks because the struts were part of the build. Another $1,500 to $2,000. So you have in your driveway a shell with UPR suspension and a built rear end that cost you out of your pocket $5,000, right? $5,000. Wheels and tires, $3,500. Okay, so now you have $8,500 in a car with no engine, no transmission, no cage. Then you send, so that's $8,500. You send it out, mini tub, cage, front tubular, 20. Let's do 30. Fuck it. $30,000. You have $38,000 sitting in a driveway without an engine, transmission, management system, or anything. Now you got to make shit work. You got to put transmissions in it, motors in it, cooling systems in it, lines, fuel system, management system, steering wheel, column, seat, shifter. That's going to be another $30,000. Building race cars is at least a $100,000 deal. And if you think you're going to make a car run sevens from a shell to sevens with under $20,000, smoking that crack. Oh, I got a 6.0. I got a 4.8 with a choo-choo boy. Okay. AM is American Muscle, sneak pushing Bama. Facts. Wind and solar will never come close to sustaining our full demand. One of the differences is going to be because on a draggy 0-1 without E55, probably it's been 6.2. So 6.2? Or has it been 5s? I don't even know what's the quickest it's been. What the fuck has the Corvette been? Let me see. Let's do it. Draggy. Boy, I don't even know what the Corvette's been. I'll be honest with you. What's the last thing the Corvette ran? Me, video. Boy, I did a lot of testing with the GT. What is this? 602. 602? Sounds like the Corvette. Is it 602? I left it in third. Well, I put it in fourth, like a man. 602. 602, 60 to 130. Boy. Oh, I'm gonna stick my dick all the way up in that fucking 60 to 130 time. It's been 605, 608, 602, 604. Ooh, that 5 is coming. Everything is made with petroleum. They won't be out of business. You're not wrong. Isn't Bama for beginners? Who cares? We just need to harness the energy from the Black Pyramid in Alaska. Is that from The Watchmen? Did you see the Boeing Starliner has been having issues and almost stranded the astronauts in the ISS? Yes. Talk to a guy that knows the FFRE guys and they won't touch Coyotes for Cletus due to Cletus' yee fan, so we don't even have to worry about that. That's kind of common knowledge. Be a man, builder, shut the fuck up. Shell to the sevens is $100,000 if you race it on the track. It costs at least 3 more times to go build a race car than comparing to buying one 100%. H4AK was done by sloppy mechanics guy. Oh, here we fucking go. No, they weren't. Bullshit. Buy the car. Put that. Not, I have the car. I have the LS. I have the transmission. I have a caged up car. Now let's try to go 8s. No, bullshit. Bullshit. People don't understand the time it takes to get things done behind the scenes. Just switching to the Illuminator to VCT is a lot of work. You're not wrong. Now, Alex Turvey is building up a race car. Okay, this guy, I'm going to get rid of this motherfucker. Who is this guy? He just doesn't shut the fuck up. Ronzel, bro, fuck off. Can someone just, delete him? Delete him off out of my life? This fucking guy spams the fucking chat with stupid alien emojis. Just get him off the chat. Delete him. Get him off the shit. Fuck this guy. 597. It already went 5s. When the fuck did it go 5s? I don't see anything 5s. Everything on the draggy says 6. I think you're a big fat liar. 677, 383, 849, 88, 615. Where the hell do you see a 5, 60 to 130 on the Corvette? Everything here was in October 23rd, 2023, the last time it went a number. This one didn't record. 605. I don't see any 5s anywhere, bro. 380, 677. This is the GT. So, yeah, I don't see any 5s anywhere. And if it went 5s, then I'll shut the fuck up. No, don't delete the message. Delete him. Put him in timeout. Whoever the mod is, don't delete the message. I need him gone. Fuck all that. Because for whatever reason, my shit doesn't work. FFRE built all of Cletus's drag cars. TKM does his Coyotes. Who cares? FFRE built all of Cletus's drag cars. TKM. Gabe, what the fuck are you talking about? What drag car did he build? The FFRE builds motors. They don't build drag cars. What the fuck are you talking about? So 50 Stallion, I'm thinking that the Fairmont will weigh 2,700 pounds. If I can get it lighter, great. I'm not looking to put 2 seats in it. I'm not looking to put a big fuel tank in it. It's going to be fuel tank in the front, single turbo, bare bones, but legal. And again, it's going to be on a test. It's not going to be like competitive drag racing. If the car runs a 7 like super easy and with a relatively decent sized turbo, then I might think about just doing, you know, some gay classes like a like a 8.0 index or something stupid like that. That means exit stage left. You made a video on it. I'll find it. Yeah, please find it because I don't know where the hell that thing is gone. 5.7, 5.9. Got the TV set up in the garage finally. That Auto GT says, sir, do you think twin turbo is a good route for my 15 GT Auto? Goal is 850 horsepower. So I'm trying to be better about your questions, even if they're retarded. I don't know what the fuck you're trying to do. 850 real horsepower can be achieved with any blower on the planet. So why twin turbos? Why complicate your life? I wouldn't go out of my way to make a twin turbo car only make 850 real horsepower. This is why. And this is the issue with the C8 Corvettes. The E-Ray is very quick for what it is. 950, 150, very quick. Sissio Performance has ETS kits and he's doing other stuff. Cool. It's a twin turbo V8. If you can achieve 9s with an ESS kit, the wish blower, 9s with a 2650, 9s with a Whipple, why in the fuck would you stick twin turbos in it? Unless you like the whistles and the gayness. And the added headaches that twin turbos bring. All these lines, you got to run oil shit, you got to run oil lines, you got to run wastegates, you got to run twin blow-off valves, twin wastegate. You got to do everything twice. For what? 850 rear roll horsepower? Let me guess. You want it to go choo when you let off. Like, it's the way my brain works is that's really stupid. The only way I would do twin turbos on anything is if I want to make 1,500 and up. 1,300 and up. Seniors made 1,200, 1,100 on his GT500. I made, I think, 1,100, 1,000 on my GT500 with a blower. So why the fuck would you only have 850 raw horsepower on a twin turbo car? The complete. You love wasting your time. You love wasting your time. Why? To hear the sounds? To me, a twin turbo car that makes 850 horsepower is stupid. There you go. That's my opinion. Burnout Motors, FFRE built them. Good. Does DKM build good motors? Why do we always end up talking about Cletus here? I don't know. People have, whoever follows Cletus here, y'all need to just fucking leave this chat. I love you. We don't have, this isn't the same thing. Like if you actually go to his channel and like what he's got going on, I don't even understand why you're here. No, not that I hate you. I'm like, it's like the complete polar opposite of shit. Is there any realistic car that can go 8 parts cheap, sub $50,000? Probably the Gen 2 Mustang. It'll do it once or twice, maybe 3 times. And then, you know, transmission's got to get rebuilt, motor, blah, blah, blah. Hello. I'm late. Dropping a like and watch replay later. Happy Sunday. I'm going to go copy your build. I have been 863250 with me in it. That's quick. Phone is lagging since the power is out, so sorry if it's been covered. Wasn't EGR also mandated by the EPA in the Clean Air Act? Exactly. The Clean Air Act was instilled in 1968. And the biggest polluter were not cars. They were factories. They were just, everything was just spewing out this shit. But the EPA wanted more power. So they saw that, they opened everything up. And after 1984, look, I'm old. I remember the 80s. I remember the buses dirtying up. I remember just smog. I remember it. So there was a big push to clean up the air. That's fine. But don't do it to the detriment of business. You got to say, these are the standards. Keep it here. But if you want to go racing, I'm sure there's little things we can do, little brochures. But I think the biggest impact that the EPA had was cleaning up factories. That's what they cleaned up. They made people that were just spewing stuff out. Coal-fired power plants, right? If you lived by a coal-fired power plant in the 80s, you were dying. If you lived on the Connecticut River, near the Connecticut River in the 80s, you would see the paper mills dump raw water dumped processed, paper processed water onto the river, you knew what color paper they were printing that day based on the color of the river. And I remember as a kid, fish just floating dead as fuck because the paper mills were just dumping their effluent into the fucking river and saying, let it go, let it go. Where it ends up, no one knows. So the EPA went in and cleaned that up. I think that's great. But then why all the way up until 2008 or whatever, you let diesels do their own thing? And all of a sudden you came up with EGR bullshit. You came up with DPF bullshit. And if you actually scientifically go through what a DPF does long-term to an engine, it is detrimental to what they're trying to do. Under the auspices of clean air, they're actually making these engines less efficient. There is a way of making this engine efficient, not spill raw gas out. The problem is the tuners and the people and the yee boys that like to roll coal. Y'all assholes. Y'all hoes. Every single one of you guys are hoe ass bitches that you like to roll coal on motherfuckers and literally make a visual representation of what is wrong with the automotive industry. Purposely smoking motherfuckers out. When I see a diesel truck in front of a Tesla, roll call on a Tesla, you know who I think's the asshole? The truck guy, not the Tesla guy. I've seen channels showing your pics of the ZR1 turbo headers with YWT watermark, and they think that's a secret GM code. Get out of here. Show me that. Got in late, watching beginning of the like drop. Thank you. Cletus says hillbilly stuff, this chat, info, me clapping stuff. Hey Theo says, Jackson Jeeper, I wanted to email you about sending a hat and t-shirt for you to give away for a sponsor partner of mine. Figured maybe you, while we're live, we could ask what's a good size for the Amry. Amry? Extra large. They're all fat motherfuckers here. I don't get why any other than a 12-year-old watches. Again, I don't want to talk about it. Shouts out to Monsanto. Right. If you live in Indian Orchard, Massachusetts, you lived next to Solutia, which used to be Monsanto. And you couldn't go outside on certain days because it smelled so bad. And next to Monsanto, there's a small power plant, or Solutia. There's a small power plant, a coal-fired power plant. So at the same time, you had coal dust in the air, just ash, and the smell of the, I think they used to make the resin that makes the windshield not crack on modern cars. They made the resin, and all you smelled in the air was that resin. It was awful. Rolling coal is the gayest thing. Obama equals EPA. Right. So when was Obama? Obama presidency. Presidency. Year. 09 to 17. 09 to 17. Guess when all the EPA bullshit went down? With tuning. Make any fucking sense now? Anyone that supported that administration can suck a fat cock. That administration set America back 30 years. In everything. In literally everything. I've seen F-350s get 25 miles per gallon. Can you imagine a giant truck getting Civic miles per gallon? Rolling calls like bump stop for ARs. I had a truck do the same thing to me and a Camaro the other day. Took longer than I thought for the Diddy clip. When I bought my Freightliner, I intentionally bought a pre-emissions for reliability. No DPF, no EGR, no DEF. I've been in some deleted trucks. My God, what a wonderful thing. You get into a F-250, F-350, deleted, tuned properly with no rolling coal features, and this thing is towing a house behind it. And it's just going up a hill, you look down, your real-time miles per gallon are 12 or 13 or 14, and you're like, this thing towing a house is getting 14 to 15 miles per gallon. Holy shit. Stuff a DPF in it, it goes down to 10, 9. It's stupid. Sorry to change the subject, but I put the ATF explanation in the Patreon during the chat, so we could talk about that. Where the fuck are you, bro? Chevron being overturned, and it's not there. Where the fuck are you, bro? Slow 99. I don't even know where. Where? Dude, like, where? I'm reloading. And are you sure Did you put it on the main chat somewhere in the middle of the main chat? There's a Chevron being overturned chat. Did you put it there? If you didn't put it there, I'm not going to see it. So, se acabó el party. Moving on. DuPont ruined the water in most of the country. On the GT500 front, will you just have to change the engine harness and then basically it'll be a Coyote now? Yes, Coyote Kelly. A Gen 1 engine harness plugs into the computer and the body control module doesn't have to change. If I had to do a Gen 2, there is no way of making the body control module plug into anything unless you do some custom stuff. So Jake said, look, Alex, we can make this a Coyote, no problem. Buy an engine harness for me. Use the same PCM because we could literally flash a Ford racing file or a Coyote file onto a GT500 computer because it's a copperhead. So it'll just take it'll just flash a Coyote file on it. So put a Coyote in it. Everything fits just right. Motor mounts, everything, plop right in. Get a Coyote engine harness in it. I still got to buy coils. I still got to buy a flex plate. I still got to put the clutch in it. Right. I still have to do a shitload of work on that thing. I got to get a blower for it. And this is the thing. Shout out to all the manufacturers that want to work with the kid. A week in my world might as well be 2 years. If you want to work with Alejandro Flores, work with Alejandro Flores. I'm like Ricky Henderson talking to myself in the third person. If you say, Alex, I'd like to talk to you about potentially, okay, the call should happen in a day. If it doesn't happen in a day or two, I think you're not interested. And I move on with my life. And if others reach out to me, it's the first one that's willing to work with the kid. I don't have loyalty in this game because I know what happens when you're loyal in this game. You get ass fucked. So I'm going to just keep my options open. I'm selling my Whipple 4.5, but what if Department of Boost says, hey, Alex, here's a lower for the car. Now you can use your GT500 superchargers on your Coyote. Well, would you look at that? Now I'm running the Whipple 4.5 on the bitch at 30 pounds of boost and see what it does. See, a lot of people just drag their feet too long, and that's the problem. If there's too many layers between the person relaying the message and the person that can actually get shit done, I'm not interested. Love ya. I got 5 blowers ready to go on that sucker right now. Basically, every person on Earth has PFOAs in their blood thanks to DuPont. I'm late. But you enjoy the car again. Good, Amy. Hey, Bryson Witt got his car running. He put his shit together in his garage. He put the heads on himself. He bolted everything down, put the cams on himself. Magically, the car's just fine. And imagine a guy that actually builds these motors for a living and wants to build more. Somehow can't get something like that right. When Bryson Witt can do it from his garage. Alex, you want a base model Viper or an ACR? Get the fuck out of here. ACR's like $400,000. Alex, I don't want anything. I'm broke. I'm spending $5,000 a month on fucking old Fairmonts. And that's the thing. Can I afford a Viper? Yes, if I can afford $5,000 a month after all my bills to build cars, you know I can build. You know I can afford a fucking Viper. But where the fuck am I going to put it? 6-7 Cummins I've worked on. People are required to pay thousands of dollars to repair the emissions components. They can't afford it. Then they try to ask me if there's alternatives. Yeah, they just fucking cut it, tune it from some Canadian place, and they're done. Mr. Super Chat. Here we go. Here we fucking go. Here we go. Telling me how to fucking run my shit. Replaced an engine for my 17 Mustang. Can I put an ECU that came with it and run that replaced engine for my 17 Mustang? Can I put the ECU that came with it and no, run your engine. Oh, how can I teach this kid? Why do you have to replace, why do you think your daily vice that you have to take the PCM out of that car and put it in your car? What about the body control module? How's everything going to just make sense of it? Is it modified? Why don't you take your current computer and leave it in and shove the motor in? I don't know what the fuck's going on. What the fuck's going on with people? No Thoughts, Just Vibes says, hey Alex, I know you've talked about this before. I just really wanted to double check. I plan on helping a friend pull his cats and run some test pipes. Just want to make sure no tune is needed to swap. So you're trying to make me self-snitch. You know, before you type that out, did you actually use your brain? Did you actually use your brain before you type that out? Hey, Alex, I know you've talked about this before. Just really wanted to double check. I plan on helping a friend pull his cats and run some test pipes. Just want to make sure no tune is needed to swap. Good try, EPA. Slow 99 posted in Peasant Chat during the show chat. Oh my fucking God. We're talking about the Chevron deference and he posted in the during the... Unbelievable. Alex is only interested in an open relationship. Craig Gazulu Gazzetti says, hey, Alex, a lot of guys are getting good results with no prep racing with a long travel front suspension setup. That's stupid. The only option I see for SS50 is Keltrack. Okay, then fucking get it if you want to run gay-ass fucking racing. Go! Put long travels in your shit. And then when you make real power and go to a prepped track and you slam down the K-member because the car went up in the air like happened to one of our customers, don't sit there and say, what the fuck happened? Go ahead and put long travel gay shit on your car. Go for it. Run no prep gay shit. Go for it. Stupid. Everyone's stupid. Damn, you're rich. No, I'm not rich. I work really. All I do is work. I average a 9-second average a race week. It says kilometers. This year, my 60-500 ran 954, 150. Luntuned. I feel like Alex woke up this morning and chose violence. You got to understand, this is the Peasant Chat. Some people are fucking stupid. When all else fails, just remember, it's all gay. It's on a supercharged tune, but it... Oh. You know, am I not clear enough, or are people just retarded? Like, I'd like to think that I speak directly. I try not to waste energy or burn energy. But, you know, when you see a question like this pop up, after 5 years of live stream, you go, well, they're not listening, or they're not understanding what you're saying. And I think it's the latter. I think people listen and they're waiting for me to do YOLO moments. Oh, I can't wait for Alex to freak out and do a YOLO moment. And they laugh at that. But then when I tell them, hey, new Mustangs run fine without a fucking tune. Oh, my God. It wasn't even turned on, Carlito. It's the Peasant Chat. No brain cells are required. Check the username, No Thought, Just Vibes, a.k.a. Brainlet. I tried, guys. His name is No Thoughts, Just Vibes. What do you expect? I put it in the proper chat after. Fine. We'll go in here. Fuck me. To sum it up, says Slow99, the ATF department and how it relates to Chevron deference. The ATF defines a machine gun as a firearm that is capable of firing multiple shots with a single depression of a trigger. There's a trigger that was developed called the FRT Trigger. I'm already bored. I already went to fucking sleep. Gun stuff is so fucking stupid. It reset the trigger when the bolt carrier group slid back into the buffer. I'm done. The fuck out of here. I don't give a fuck. I'm bored. Like, I was bored within the first sentence. Dude's gonna run around looking like a gasser. Right. Why don't you just set the front end up with the longest shock and spring ever, and it doesn't have to travel. It's already up in the air. Oh, my God. Theo needs a break. You speak for all of us, Anthony. What did Anthony say? We're all retarded. Oh, my God. We're living in the movie Idiocracy. Some people shaking my head. No reading comprehension. Alex, I can run M1 on my 93 Luntune? Yes. Yep. Leon Phelps? Yes. You can run M1 on your 93 Luntune. Bro. It was like blah, 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 carrier, blah, 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 stock. Nobody gives a fucking shit. Carrier, stock, bomb stock, single depressed, machine gun, What's up? Do you know, okay. The problem with you gun guys is you're basically Star Wars nerds with guns. Like, I don't see a difference. When I see a gun guy with his America tattoos and the all overcompensating ass motherfucker, and talk about guns real, and he wears the fucking, I look at that when he talks about gun stuff, and I go, I see him no different than a guy talking about like Pokemon cards or Star Wars. The Phantom Menace wasn't really the first time that we saw Darth Maul. Count Dooku was actually on the right path. He saw what was happening in the Senate before the, so that tells me that is the Jedi really good? Do they really see all, or are they clouded by the... Fuck. Why is homeboy trying to squat on his Mustang? Theo's all mad because he's been in that hot as fuck garbage. What's he talking about? Money for peasant. Thank you so much. Look, I'll read the rest of it. Fuck me for you gun guys. The trigger when the bolt carrier group slid back into the buffer tube was able to be fired again through another pull of the trigger. It essentially reset the trigger for you by using the energy of the bolt carrier group. The ATF did not like that and enabled you to fire rounds faster than your finger naturally could fire, so they defined it as a machine gun. And it almost bankrupted the companies in the process. They're still fighting it in court today, but this is a huge step in the right direction. So let me read that again. There was a trigger that was developed called the FRT Trigger. This is so fucking gay. For the AR-15 platform. You mean the assault rifle? It's armor-like. It reset the trigger when the bolt carrier group slid back into the buffer tube and it was able to be fired again. So, Slow 99, let's have a conversation. Okay? Let's have a conversation. The FRT trigger, does it allow you to press once on the trigger and it fires multiple shots? Yes or no? I'll wait. Does the FRT trigger allow you to press once on the trigger and it unloads the magazine? Brrr. So by definition, is that not a machine gun? Because the FRT trigger, he says no. Leon Phelps says no. Why not? Because if the internal mechanism allows it to reset, why do they then say that's illegal? I'm trying to understand this super gay shit. Everyone says no. The whole point of the government is power control. Citizens disarmed, easy to control. I'm late. But the U.S. military has some of the biggest O2 omissions. I'm late, but the U.S. military has the biggest O2 omissions in the world. Omissions. Forced reset trigger, it kind of like a bump stock for your finger. The trigger forces your finger forward. So you only need to pull on it. Okay. Because you guys think you're fucking smart. Do you agree? Look, okay. Let's get into the gun shit because we got a half hour. Fuck it. Let's go full game. This is what Alejandro Flores thinks about the right to bear arms. I think we should have access to everything the government has access to. I should be able to buy a fucking tank, an Abrams tank. I should be able to buy a fucking F-15 Tomcat. I should be able to buy a 22 Raptor, a 35, F-35. I should be able to buy a B-2 bomber. I should have the ability to buy, have, and use whatever the government has, because I want to be able to have an even fight in case a tyrannical government is a little out of control. Now okay, boom, done, right? Okay, y'all know where I sit. Y'all know where I fucking stand, right? I'm not psycho. Do you agree that a single pull of the trigger, regardless of the mechanism, meaning when you pull on a trigger, if anything around it allows that single pull to automatically chamber and fire another round, is that a machine gun? I think everyone should have a Glock with a switch and go brrr, and have a honey bun on the bitch, banana clip, and do whatever. I don't care. Do you agree that if any device, internal or external, has the ability to reset your finger so you don't physically have to go forward and back, is a machine gun, yes or no? This is the problem with gun guys. They're not honest. They're not honest. And again, that's fine. I want y'all to have a fucking, a nuclear weapon, ICBMs in your backyard. Someone pops off, shoot, they're gone. I get it. But a lot of you lie to yourselves. Because if I pull on the trigger once and a rubber band makes the tension of my first pull work for me, and it goes, oh, your single pull now is being pulled by a rubber band. Now it's only one pull. You are lying. You are lying. So understand this. A lot of you are fucking liars. That's why you guys can't get a lot of grief. Because you make mechanisms to make multiple firing off of one action available. And I'm okay with that. I'm just saying, a lot of you guys are fucking liars. No, we don't agree. Okay. Not the honey bun, unk. Fuck. If it requires one trigger pull and it can keep firing, then yes, that is a machine gun. No, because it's not perfectly consistent. The ATF literally claimed the rubber band as a machine gun. This sounds like an awful lot like the strain gauge argument for manual transmissions. Granis said that. He goes, I used to race with H pattern shit. It was cool. Now it's easy to race a manual transmission. I agree. So okay, a revolver, right? Let's say there's a revolver. You take it out of your shit. What is it? A 6-shooter? 6? You got to go boom, boom, forward action on your finger, backward action on your finger, even if it's small. Bah, 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 bah. There's a forward action to disengage the trigger. And then, bah, 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 bah. Okay, cool. Now let's say you have a vibrator on your finger, right? There's an external, vibrator on your finger. And it's making it vibrate. And you put your gun up against. Does the ATF go, you can't use a vibrator on your hand to fire a revolver? Do they call that a machine gun? Or do they call the vibrator a machine gun? Didn't someone do that? Didn't someone make their finger flick back and forth really quickly with a device? And then they put it on a gun? I just shot a bunch of shit. See, you guys are liars. There has to be a forward action with your finger and a backward action with your finger. And then I would say that's semi-auto. Full auto is one press and empty the magazine. Because having full auto, bolt carrier, and sear disconnector could have fixed firing pin as well. I mean, you can get tax stamps to own full auto weapons. So illegal, FRT will only fire again if you pull it back again. Pull it back again. Pull it back. Okay, maybe I don't understand the mechanism. So the second we admit to anything, the ATF goes, gotcha, bitch, straight to jail. So instead, we get real specific on legal verbiage. Right. Like, I've seen some of these arguments from as an outsider because, look, again, you should have an ICBM. You should have an Abrams tank. You should have whatever the fuck the government has access to. Fuck it. But a lot of you guys are fucking liars. A lot of you guys are full of shit. And a lot of you guys try to make loopholes to make it fit your argument by like mental gymnastics. And I'm okay with that. I just, whatever. We wouldn't have this debate if we could just repeal the NFA. This is why Alex is great. He doesn't always agree with his audience. There's a lot of legal mumbo jumbo, but the trigger has always designed to skirt around the, okay, I'm looking it up. Okay. What's it called? FRT Trigger. Let's go. You fucking liars. If this fucking thing resets and I don't see a finger move, y'all can suck my dick. FRT Trigger. Okay. FRT 15 wins, M16 full auto, FRT, rare breed FRT in a 10.5-inch barrel.
All right, got my.
Shut the fuck up. Why do they all wear why is every guy that shoots 130 pounds? Okay, so this is, I don't know who this is. I don't know if he's a nerd or not. Who knows? Let's see.
Golly, this is gonna be loud.
Okay, you see that? He's depressing and letting go. Got it.
The answer's no.
What? Y'all can go fuck yourselves. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, guys. He's pressing and releasing. This is so simple that I'm blown away that you dumb motherfuckers are going to try to make this argument. Okay, you see the finger go forward? Okay, then he does something.
The answer's no.
What's he do there? What's that? I don't know. Okay, and then one press. Okay. Explain to me like I'm a fucking retard how that is not one press. He's showing both. Look. Here we go. Let's do it again because you guys are, real specific.
On the ear protection, because good golly, this is going to be loud.
Okay. Single press. Finger goes forward. Single press. Finger goes forward. Then he does some bullshit and y'all need to shut the fuck up and get the fuck out of my face with your stupid arguments already. This is why you guys lose. This is why you guys lose these arguments. Because they're so fucking... I mean, if that's what's... If that's a indication of what an FRT does, it's one pull. It's one pull. I'm sorry, it's one pull. Yeah. Again, I think you should have an ICBM. The FRT is a shoot once when trigger is pressed, and when you let off the trigger, it resets and shoots another round. So it's a 2-shot, but you still have to press the trigger once. I don't know. It looks like when you press down on one motherfucker, it just keeps shooting. The FRT physically pushes your finger forward. Motherfuckers. So it is a device, asshole, that pushes your finger forward. You, as a human, have to press down once. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. You guys are lying to yourselves. This is the issue. This is why I don't fuck with gun guys. Because I look at that video and I go, sure as fuck looks like one pull to me. Again, you should have an ICBM and an Abrams tank. That's one fucking pull. Shut the fuck up. None of it matters. Full auto should be legal. I agree. But don't you dare tell me this is one pull of the trigger. Nobody on this chat that has eyeballs can look at this guy pull on the fucking trigger and say, that's one pull. Okay, y'all can suck my dick with that one. This is why you guys lose the argument, because you're lying to yourselves. So there you go. Again, you should have an ICBM. You should have everything. You guys are liars. You guys are liars. You have to understand the mental gymnastics of lawyers, my guy. I don't have to understand shit. I have my eyeballs. And I go, it looks like you. If Coco the monkey was given an AR-15 with a FRT, and you say, Coco, woo, pull once, how many times will that gun fire? Again, let's see how you sons of bitches lie to yourselves. If Coco the monkey was given an AR-15 with an FRT device, and you say, Coco, woo, pull once, woo, how many times will that gun fire? Go ahead. On the chat, go ahead. Come on, chat. Let's be honest with each other. Someone said once. Okay. Y'all liars. That's the problem with gun guys. You are all liars. It's till it's empty. Poor Coco being used as a litmus test yet again. Exactly. I love the Coco Monkey reference. Until the ammo is gone. Slow 99. Now you need to answer. If Coco the monkey pulls a trigger on an AR-15 with an FRT device, how many rounds will it fire? Once, until the magazine is empty. Go. Slow 99. You need to answer this fucking question right now, because your credibility is at stake. I don't understand shit about guns, but I sure as fuck saw one skinny motherfucker pull once and the bitch se acabó el party. Again, you should have ICBMs, F-15s, F-35s, you name it. Where you at, Slow 99? Where you at? I need you to answer the question, and that'll tell me if you're an honest person or not. Ah! Fuck! You see, motherfuckers? If Coco pulls once on a AR with a FRT device, it's over, son. Coco be like, break yourself. No, Alex, it's not a machine gun. It's a resettable FRT trigger on an AR-15. I just poked a hole in the argument of every motherfucker that said it's not a machine gun by those definitions. Again, y'all should have everything the government has. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. That's why I don't go on gun podcasts. Because I've always suspected that you guys are leaving something out. Okay, with cars, it's very simple. Emission standards need to be updated to modern standards. I understand that. If Coco pulls up on the ops and pulls once on the trigger with an FRT on an AR-15, will it kill more than one? Well, it depends on his aim. It depends on his aim. But how many bullets come out of the gun? Coco would be the new Rambo. Coco go brrrt. I'm telling you. When I talk to gun guys, there's something in their eyes. Again, I love you. Second Amendment. Let's get tanks. All that shit. Y'all fucking weird. You guys lie to yourselves. Because in I don't know shit about guns, but with a little common sense, I looked at that and I went, that looks like one pull to me. Matter of fact, can someone take me to a gun range with one of them bitches on? And I'll just show you that it's one pull? Because I have a semi-automatic Beretta 1301. And if I put 7 cartridges in the bitch, I gotta go boom, release, boom, release, boom, release. And then it'll shoot when I intend it to shoot. If I go pull back and it goes do 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 do. Gun podcasts are the worst. I agree. And again, please, guys, I love you guys having guns, but let's not mince words here. You guys are lying to yourselves. Who's got weed thoughts? No. Who's got weed thoughts now? Slow 99. What's happening? Did Slow 99 go off the res? Down goes Pookie. Coco laying shit down. I got money on Diddy. These motherfuckers straight politicians with the gun questions and answers. Some money for putting up with gun guys. It's all good. I love it. It's over, Coco. Imagine Coco goes on a rampage after having an FRT in an AR-15, and then you're like, it's over. The war is over.
It's over, Johnny.
Oh.
It's over. Nothing is over. Nothing. You just don't turn it off.
You turn it off, Coco. I don't hate skinny people. It's just that, okay, let's have an argument about guns, right? Okay. When you guys leave the house without your gun, let's say you're a high end, like you're a gun guy. When you leave the house without your gun, how do you feel? How do you feel? I can almost make the case that a lot of you feel a little insecure, not in a negative way, not in a day. You feel like, damn, I don't have it on me in case shit pops off. When I leave my house, I feel fine. I just get in my car. I don't think about it. Just go on about my life. Oh, some shit's going down. See you later. Oh, that guy's talking shit. I'm good. I'm out of here. Oh, that guy wants to fight. Not worth it. Hey, man, I'm going to just diffuse the situation, get out of here. We're good, right? When I'm in the house, that bitch is ready. So I generally feel fine. Now, if in a real world situation, things were to pop off, I'm going to try to do my best to diffuse the situation. I'm not looking to fight. I'm not looking for a fight. But I can almost make the case that gun guys look for problems. That's right. Y'all look for problems. Y'all ready to pull that shit out for whatever reason. You can't wait for a motherfucker. You wish motherfuckers would. And I'm like, I don't wish anyone does anything. I want to be left alone. I just want to be left alone. So there is a case to be made, not all, but some gun guys leave their house without their gun. They feel a little empty. They feel less than. I leave the house. I'm cool. Whatever. Now, let's say I try to diffuse the situation. Things get sideways. I try to talk sense into this guy. Unless he's got a gun to my face, I got him. If he's got a gun to my face, here's my wallet, here's my phone, here's my keys to my car. I don't care. Take it. Cool. You win. Because if he's got a gun to my face, what, am I going to draw on the dude? No. But if he don't got a gun to my face and he's popping off, I got the money on me. Because I've done things in my life to be able to handle myself. But if you want to run around with one, I'm good with it. It's okay. But I don't leave the house scared. I don't leave the house worried. I don't leave the house feeling empty if I don't have it on me. That's all. That's all. I'm split. I feel kind of empty. Other than that, I don't care. All much stressing about it. Only care when I have my family around me in a big open environment like a carnival or mail. Or the mail. I do have my CCW, carry a SIG 365. Here we go. Now motherfuckers gonna tell me what they carry. Manatee Gun Range is very credible, and there's a guy there that drives a Ferrari up there every weekend, a mag dump with full auto guns. I have a semi-auto. Semi-dangerous. I live in a semi-dangerous city. I never own a gun. Gotta feel insecure if you actually I don't say it's insecure, but I guarantee there's all guys 100%. There's like 35% of the guys that leave their house without their gun on them feel a little empty. That's all. That's okay. Guys getting FRT triggered right now. Yes. Again, this chat, if anything, now. Name anything else that the government deems a machine gun, right? And you say it's not a machine gun, like bump stocks. I've seen the video of Jerry Rig Everything where you pull once and let's say you have a relaxed finger and the bump stock creates a slack and it allows that finger position to automatically fire the next round. Again, if I tell Coco, give me about 45% pressure on that trigger and leave this guy kind of on the loose side. Ooh, ooh, ooh. How many times will it fire? A lot of it has to do with where you live. I'm in Canada, no carrying guns here. Carrying a gun has kept me out of a lot of fights. You can't get in a fist fight if carrying, so I have to back out a lot of situations. You know what? I've never been in a situation where people want to fuck with me, and I'm 46. Alex, you're not scared because you're not a soy boy. It's not that. It's just like you need to know, you got to be spatially aware. Some people walk into dangerous situations because they got a gun. Shit, I'm going to get out of my car right now and go right into that Metro PCS. Go for it. I'm going to go to Verizon. I have to disagree on that, bro. When I'm carrying, I avoid more things. That doesn't make sense, Brian. Why don't you avoid more things while not carrying? Try that and see how it feels. The problem with crime, people keep letting them get, whatever. Got my Tech 9 ready with Coco. I agree with that, Brian Brown. It stays at home. I don't engage in fights when in public. A simple shit, my bad, is more effective than having a quick draw. Exactly. Because the moment you got to use it, now you've killed somebody or hurt somebody. And there's retribution. I get it. I'd rather say anyone comes into my shit, they'll be headless because they're in my shit. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, you're in my shit because you intend to hurt me because you're in my shit. But when I'm out and about, leave me the fuck alone. I don't go into bad situations, dangerous neighborhoods, bad. You can bump fire with a belt, loop, or a rubber band. Got to register anything that isn't sweatpants. Day to day, I often have it in my vehicle, but I don't actually carry it. If I'm going to go somewhere to so large groups of people and they're not checking for guns, I carry it. Otherwise, I don't worry. You're not scared because you let your adult thinking skills overrule any ego. I don't have an ego. I know you guys probably hear me talk shit on this. In regular life, I'll give you an example. I went to the gym today. And the gym members like to engage in a lot of talking. I really urge you guys to pay ridiculous attention when you go out. I'm saying hyper focus on everything that's happening around you. Not in an erotic way, just be spatially aware. At the gym, a lot of guys talk a lot of shit. The trainers get to know somebody, talk a lot of shit, get to know them. Then they talk shit about the customer or the client to them. So I go up to the gym and I look semi-athletic. I'm not jacked, but I'm semi-athletic. So he goes, "What's up, big man?" I'm like, "Fuck you." Like in my mind, I go, "Shut the fuck up. What are you working out today?" I said, "Everything." He goes, "Everything?" And I just kept walking. "Oh, well, I think I'm going to do traps today." Shut the fuck up. I'm going to do everything. Boom. Those guys like to use anything you say as ammunition. So now I've given off the stink of leave that guy alone. He's not interested in talking to you. Right? So when I go to the gym and that same motherfucker sees me, he's going to say, hey. He's not going to go, "Fuck that guy. Hey, that's that guy that..." No, nothing. No one knows my fucking name at the gym. I go in and out. I've gone to breakfast joints where I say 2 words: the order, thank you, and leave. I don't sit there and jibber jabber with motherfuckers. A lot of you guys that have guns, you get more brave because you have it. You're willing to talk shit because you have it. You're willing to put yourself in dangerous situations because you have it. I don't. That's all. Imagine if who cares? Gotta have it at Walmart. That's why I go to Target instead. Bump stocks suck. I've not used mine in a couple of years because I couldn't get to use it. Honestly, pulling a gun can bring a non-lethal situation in a lethal situation. I agree. You're more reliability when you're responsibly carrying. Exactly. I avoid. Brendan and I have these arguments all the time. I go, "Okay, you got a gun. I don't have a gun. We have an altercation. I know you got a gun. I'm stronger than you. What if I can overtake you and grab your gun?" This is the thing, right? So, like, let's say the zombie apocalypse is happening tomorrow. I'm going to go beat the shit out of the guy that has all the guns. Why do I need to have all the guns? "Hey, what's up, man? What's up, man?" Pow! Your guns are my guns. Section, hey, you can't pull it out and not use it. That's the problem. See, that's a great thing to say, Carter's Gaming. Let's say I feel threatened. Threatened enough to pull it. Get away from me. Leave me alone. I don't want to be left alone. Get out of here. Now the guy knows my face, knows my car, knows my license plate. And he's like, "Oh, the homie pulled the blick on me. Wait till I catch him lacking." So the moment you got to pull this bitch out, it's got to go. Right? See, people that never lived in a bad neighborhood don't understand how it works. If you pull it out, and you don't use it, you use it as a deterrent. Leave me alone. I want to be left alone. I feel threatened. Please get out of here. I'll catch you on the backside, son. Oh, fuck. Now I got to walk around fucking worried all the time that homie's going to spin the block. Nope. Most of us responsible gun owners that EDC, electric dance music, carry ourselves at a higher standards because of the responsibility. Don't start nothing, won't be nothing. I have a friend who carries a backup gun for real. It's a crime to brandish that point and firearm, even if you don't use it. Exactly. Get the fuck out of here. Or I'm gonna fuck you. If I be like, "Hey man, I really..."
Hey, get the fuck out of here because I'm gonna fuck you out right now, motherfucker.
And you don't, he'll catch you later. On top of having 2 or 3 in the car, I've had to pull my gun one time and didn't have to use it. That BS, I was getting carjacked. Yeah, if you're getting carjacked, let him have the fucking car. Oh, okay. Because now you're like, like the Spider-Man meme. I got one, you got one. What are we doing? We're shooting each other. Take the car. Take the car. Unless my baby's in it or something, Unless my child is in it. Okay, I get it. And Coco gets a new burner. Pookie will catch you lacking and be back door you. Ayo. EDC means everyday carry. Gun owners have their own pronouns. You guys do EDC. You guys have acronyms? I EDC my AR-15 with a FT, what is it? With a FRT. I EDC my AR-15 with a FRT. Y'all goofy. Love you. But you know and I know you guys are goofy. My brother is an ex-cop, and he was taught that there is always a gun on the scene, his. You let him take the Fairmont? Hell yeah. Go ahead. See if you could start it. Go to the back, hit the off switch. All right, hold on, click. Oh, it don't go nowhere. Well, you're going to probably have a mile on it because it's on ethanol. You don't even know what gear it's in there. Man, how you finna put it in drive? I'm assuming too much with that accent. I'd rather die than let someone rando take my new whip. Take my whip. I got insurance. I agree. Once the gun becomes involved, things go from an old school brawl that I'm used to having to deadly. I remember when people used to fight and move on. LGBT, EDC, no gun carriers get killed fighting for the none gun carriers get killed fighting for the gun. Really? Reggie Black, you've never heard of a cop getting attacked and someone just taking his gun and shooting him with it? You've never seen that happen? I've seen it happen. Hell, I saw 3 videos on Instagram last week where that happened. Terrible. But the guy was, and the cop took it out. And the guy somehow avoided it. Did this fucking Matrix move. Got it out of his hand. Fucking cop just out of shape, huffing and puffing. Guy grabbed it. Blip, blip, blip. Just because you got it doesn't mean you're going to be doing the shooting. I'm from Chicago. If you pull it, you got to use it. Pookie never forgets. Says don't be hating. 50 Kid Production says, living 40-ish minutes up from the Twin Cities in Minnesota, I can see the ghetto slowly moving up from the cities, and it scares me. Damn, Alex let out his bias with the accent, usual suspects accent. I mean, I'm just being factually. Oh, shit, it's way past. I'm giving you free shit. I'm out of here. All right, guys, we proved today that one pull on an FRT equipped AR-15 shoots multiple rounds. So there goes that. We talked about the Chevron deference potentially being set up, but by it going away, it could be it could leapfrog a lot of lawsuits against EPA, ATF, IRS, and other regulatory bodies that have done a lot of interpretations as opposed to application of the actual law, a lot of the regulations. So that is going to be years down the road. It's going to be a lot of litigation. But I think it's the right move to bring the power back to the people and at least bring more balance to how things should be. Every new law should go through Congress. No agency can interpret anything that isn't specific in law. And then we talked about the Fairmont twin turbo stuff. Then we got onto gun shit for the last half hour, which, was a good time. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you very much for hanging out with me for Peasant Chat. It was a good one today. Hopefully many little clips can come out of this guy. I'll try to make something happen in a week or two. Or maybe middle of the week, make some clips. Tomorrow, more than likely, or Wednesday, you guys let me know when you want me to release the 13 Mustang video, getting a new personal best in the heat with ultimate headers. It's going to be a good video. I think it's nice and 10 minutes long, easy peasy. It's got stock cap back, so it sounds nice and quiet. It's a nice little video to show you some data on a hot day. I think you guys enjoy. All right, guys, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys next week, Tuesday, for Talking Shit. Have a good rest of your night. See you guys later.